Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Votecast. I'm your host, Drew. Yet another reaction and analysis today. We're cycling back through to the base gang, and this time we're going to be reacting to Emperor's New Clothes. This one is not going to be a first time reaction for me. I've already heard it, and it is a beast of a cover. So, this one could be well over 30 minutes. So, we're getting ready to jump in, but before we jump in, we're just wanted to give you a layout of the video. So we're going to be doing the reaction portion where I don't stop or pause. There'll be a very brief break, and then we'll proceed into the analysis and breakdown portion of the video where there will be a lot of starting and stopping. So with that said, we're going to jump into the reaction portion, and we'll dive in after that. Alright folks, so we are live, and we're getting ready to dive into this. Like I said, this is not a first time reaction. I've heard this already, but it is still worth reacting to and listening to. So with that said, let's dive in, shall we?
Welcome to
the perfect evil laugh.
Eyes is melted back to life. Light my time and serve my sentence. Dress me up and watch me die. It feels good, tastes good, it must be mine. Dynasty decapitated, you just might see a ghost tonight. And if you don't know now, you know.
I'm taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up.
There's
and naked.
so much happening in this. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, the crown so close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah. Sycophants and velvet sofas, lavish mansions, vintage wine. I am so much more than royal.
This is ridiculous.
Snatch your chain and make sure if it feels good, tastes good, it must be mine.
Unreal.
Heroes always get remembered, but you know legends never die. And if you don't know now, you know. I'm taking
This is
back the
crazy.
crown. I'm all dressed up and naked.
This is nuts.
See what's mine to take it. Oh yeah. So
That beat
close I
one,
can
though.
taste it. See what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Mortal kings are ruling castles. Welcome to my world of fun. Liars settle into sockets. Flip the switch and watch them run.
This is
Take it back, the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
this is stupid how cool this is.
I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah. Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers. Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers.
This is just nuts. There's so much to talk about in this. Marwan is just crazy with these arrangements. Like, I can't, words can't even put, I mean, like, you can't even put into words how complicated these arrangements of his truly are. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this under 30 minutes or not, being that this is a bass gang song, but we'll see. So, we're getting ready to move into the breakdown analysis portion of the video, so give you a few seconds, and then I will see you over there. Alright folks, so we are down to the breakdown and analysis portion of the video, so this is probably going to take a while, so just a heads up. So we're going to start back over at the very beginning, and we're going to talk about as much as we have time to talk about. So let's get stuck in. All right, so before we go on any further, so the vowels that they're on to start off the song are the ha vowel, and are there any others? So no, they're all on a ha vowel. So if you're on a ha vowel, you have to be a little bit quicker on the draw whenever you're singing them on the beat, especially whenever you're singing fast. And the reason being is because in order to say ha, you have to have that H behind it, that H sound. So you have to have that, but that has to be hitting just before the beat. So it has to hit just a touch early, so that way the ah part of the ha, hits on the beat. So it's ha 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 ha. And if you were to go ha ha on each beat, if you were to start the beat with the H vowel in ha, you would be doing it late, and it would sound bad. So they're already doing something somewhat complicated, is that they're hitting these notes in quick succession, albeit the same notes in the very beginning, bop 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 bop, but they're doing it with a ha vowel, and they're staying in time, which not entirely that easy, and they're very precise with it too. So let's continue. Ha 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 ha. You see what I mean? Like if I were to go ha, I have to start early, or it sounds delayed. So Tommy does a growl there for his low note slide. Let me see if I can find out where he started. Oh man, that was so quick. Hang on, let me try one more time. He sounded like he started like around a G, like A flat, G sharp, G, maybe even an F flat. I mean an F sharp, G flat, somewhere in there, and then he slid down past a E1. So that was pretty sick. And then Marwan goes da 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 da. So that part's a little bit complicated in itself, because you're bouncing back and forth between notes that are only half a step apart. And to be that precise whenever you're doing that quickly takes some talent. So if you go da, so that's the B flat, then you have the B that they're singing that's only half a step away from it. Bum 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 ba 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 ba. So it goes da 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 da, and then he switches over to subharmonics and does the same thing an octave down, which is it's crazy. But he does it very smoothly too. So not only does he do the accurate da 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 between the half pitches, it's accurate. It's pinpoint accurate with the pitches, and it's not slurred, and it's also it's well controlled, and the switch over to subharmonics was pretty much flawless. Like it would, I mean, you didn't notice the transition very much. You just go, oh, there's subharmonics. Like it's just, you didn't really notice it until you start hearing subharmonics. You don't really listen for the transition or anything. That's what Marwan's really good with. He's got really good subs that have really good transitions between chest voice and subharmonics. So good job. And then Peter does his E flat. He does his E flat 1 chest fry note here. I need to get my piano ready for these videos. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Give me just a second. I should do these things before recording. Bear with me. Hey Siri, do me a favor and cut the video and bring us back whenever the piano is ready. Okay, now that I have got my piano set in the middle of a daggone recording, we can reference these notes on the piano. So, E flat 1 chest fry for Peter here. So, this is the note that he hit on a piano. There's a lot of those in this song and multiple different extended techniques. So, be prepared for several of those. But that's a really nice chest fry. We all know that Peter Barber's got some of the strongest chest fry in the music industry.
Well,
So Bobby has an insanely cool full chest evil laugh here. And to achieve that truly amazing sounding evil laugh, you have to have a boomy voice to begin with, and Bobby, obviously being a low bass, is very well suited for this. He's got an extended chest range down to, I believe he's got a G in chest. We can fact check that. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe Bobby's had a G1 in chest at one point. I know for a fact he's got an A flat G sharp 1 in chest. But I say all that to say that Bobby does the evil laugh here, and that is super cool. So that's super boomy. That's a super boomy evil laugh, and I love it. Marwan, in the meantime, doing the same thing he did just a few seconds ago, dum, and then the subharmonic.
welcome to the end of eras. Ice is melted back to life. Like my time.
So that goes ooh on the background vocals. They're on an ooh vowel, and then they echo the lead after that, and then there's that neck crack. That was pretty interesting.
I'm and serve my sentence. Dress me up
And had an ah vowel on the background parts there.
and watch me die.
Feels good, tastes good, it must be.
Layered vocals here, and those are really cool. Bum 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 bum. All those came in on different notes at different times. That's really, really cool layered voice or layered tracks there.
Dynasty decapitated, you just might see a ghost tonight.
Is Tommy, hello. You're doing some cool high stuff here.
Dynasty decapitated, you just might see a ghost tonight.
Tommy is in full head voice for that, but that sounds so good. Tommy's head voice, hello. I haven't heard it that much, but we just got an example of it, so well done, Tommy. Fantastic control in your head voice. Good closure, good volume. Nice work.
Dynasty decapitated, you just might see a ghost tonight. And if you don't,
Then Bobby does the same thing that Marwan did earlier. Da 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 da. So he does that. He does that in subharmonics, just like Marwan did. Subharmonics being the go-to extended technique for both Bobby and Marwan. Super, super cool.
might see a ghost tonight.
Also, try to listen to Bobby's chest range as we're going through this, because I don't feel like he gets enough recognition for purely his chest range, because he's got super clean subharmonics and he's known for that, but I think his chest range isn't recognized as much as it should be, considering the popularity of his subharmonics. So he's got a monstrous chest range. He's got absolutely monstrous vocal fold closure too, so he could just project stupid low notes like a B flat 1, A1, no problem.
And if you don't know, now you know.
I'm taking back the crown.
Now Marwan's on the lead.
Naked. I see what's mine and take it.
So on that finders, keepers, losers, sweepers part, they are doing finders, keepers, losers, sweepers. So one of them is on that part, so they're bouncing back and forth between finders, keepers, losers, sweepers. Let me listen to it one more time and I'll tell you exactly what notes they're doing in the background on one of these parts at least.
I see what's mine and take
Finders,
it.
keepers, losers, sweepers. So they're one of them's bouncing back and forth between a B flat 2 and an E flat 3. So that's pretty cool, and they're doing it very well, very controlled too. So
Oh yeah, the crown so close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Peter's higher chest range coming in clutch here with his operatic training. He's a phenomenal opera singer, and he's just a phenomenal singer in general. And you can really tell that he has a good, a less known strength in his upper range thanks to his operatic training. You see, listen to how clean this third and fourth octave, this fourth octave portion of his in the lead truly is. Just listen to his closure, listen to how clean it is, listen to how connected the notes are, and listen to how well supported they are. Peter's got extraordinary breath control.
Oh yeah. Sick of
Then there's an E flat 1 chest fry from Peter. That was ridiculous.
fancy velvet sofas, lavish mansions, vintage wine. I am so much more than royal. Snatch your chain and make.
So before we get to Marwan's B0, if you saw what I was talking about with Peter's super clean fourth octave, it's it's way cleaner than your typical bass singer's fourth octave. It's more supported, it's more connected, better closure than your typical bass singer in that area. It's all due to his operatic training and the seemingly countless amount of hours that he puts into his vocal training. So he could do this in his sleep. He's so talented with this, especially in his top range. So back up 5 seconds, and then we'll talk a minute about Marwan's B0.
Vintage wine. I am so much more than royal. Snatch your chain and make your eyes. It feels good, tastes good. It must.
That's just ridiculous. A B0 subharmonic is. Hold on, I'll show you how low that is on the piano. That's a B flat. Here, hang on. That is a B0 on a piano. I'm hitting the mic. Forgive me. Doing all kinds of unprofessional things today. That is the note, but he is hitting that with a subharmonic. And the fact that a human can make that kind of noise that low is just ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. Bollocks crazy. And he's like... And it's a very strong subharmonic too. It's very, very clean. Very, very clean. Listen to this. If the layered vocals weren't in here, you would be forgiven for thinking that was full chest. Listen.
It makes your eyes. It feels good, tastes good. It must.
Do you hear how freaking clean that sub is? That is a B0 sub, and listen, just crazy. So, we'll listen to this again, and we'll talk about the theatrical part of the B0, and then we'll move on.
It makes your eyes. It feels good, tastes good. It must.
So, that B0 is just that awesome. Not only because it's a B0 being sung in a subharmonic, that clean, that punchy, but what truly is the icing of the cake, the chef's kiss to this, is the screen shake that's in the music video. You don't really get that if you're listening just to the music and you're not watching. It gives a subliminal effect that your brain is rattling with the note. It is absolutely crazy. B0, brother. And if I remember this correctly, I am not 100% sure, but there has been a rumor I'm not sure if this is a true fact or not, but there is a rumor roaming around that this is the first B0 note ever recorded in a professional setting and released onto YouTube. And this was even before the B0 that Jeff Castellucci does in Voice Play's cover of the Halo theme. That is also brutally cool too. He does 2 of them in that. But anyway, that's aside. We're talking about the bass gang here. So, but this B0 in this cover is ridiculously cool. The screen shape. Mwah. The piece de resistance.
Chain and makes your eyes. If it feels good, tastes good, it must be mine. Heroes always get remembered.
I also haven't acknowledged the beatboxing yet, which is very clean, very precise. Really, really cool snare effect too. I'm digging the snare more than anything so far in the beatboxing.
Good, but you know legends never die. And if you don't know,
So there's Tommy's E flat one. He did the same thing. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So for me, it's hard to tell if he did this in Inhale or Subs, but I'm almost positive it's Inhale. So I'm gonna listen back to his portion of that again, and I'm gonna see if I can tell which extended technique he used just by listening.
legends never die. And if you don't know,
Yeah. I think I hear the switch to Inhale here. Hold on.
be mine. Heroes always get remembered, but you know legends never die.
Yeah. I'm almost positive he's using Inhale to hit these crazy low notes. So, for those that don't know, Inhale is another extended technique that most people can use to sing both high and low, but it's particularly effective in lows and more common in low notes. And whenever you're utilizing the Inhale technique, it's literally exactly what it sounds like. You're singing the note while inhaling instead of traditional singing, like from your chest voice, head voice, subharmonics, etc. All of these are exhale techniques. Inhale is backwards. It is literally bass-ackwards from everything you know as far as extended techniques and regular singing. But it's also very effective for hitting low notes. So it is also my preferred extended technique of choice if I want to hit a nice low note that's not within my chest range. And it shares a common problem with chest fry in that it's very difficult to control. It's very difficult to have pitch control with both chest fry and Inhale, aka ingressive phonation. So the fact that Tommy can just simply control the notes that are coming out of his Inhale technique, it takes a lot of talent to have a well-controlled ingressive phonation, a well-sung part in ingressive phonation. But I say all that to say, I explained what Inhale is, what ingressive phonation is, and what I was saying earlier about there being a trademark sound of Inhale kicking in is whenever you go to start an Inhale note, there's a bit of a hit where it sounds like So you're literally, there's almost like a little bit of air right at the beginning of the sound. So it's like So if you get what I'm saying there, that right there is the trademark sound of Inhale. And I think I'm hearing Tommy do this as he's doing his da-da-da-da-da-dum. So that wasn't accurate because I'm doing it on the fly last minute, but you'll see what I'm talking about when he does it.
it must be mine. Heroes always get remembered, but you know legends never die.
It's almost like it's a very quick it's almost like a tongue click. And that's one of the trademark sounds of an Inhale with kicking in, when a singer's using inhale for a low note. I'll show you one more time and then we'll move on.
Bird, but you know legends never die. And if you don't know now, you know. I'm taking back.
And that was a nice B flat one from Marwan there. That was really, really sweet. That was really, really cool.
And if you don't know now, you know. I'm taking back the crowd. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine to take it. Oh, yeah.
That was a really cool riff that Tommy did there. After that, we've also got Bobby's B1 in chest that we need to talk about. That was really also really cool. And then that was Tommy's riff, and then we'll talk about Bobby's B1. That is just a monstrous B1 there in full chest. He's hit it. It's so resonant. It's ridiculous. Listen to the higher partials in that B1. That when he's singing that B1, it just sounds like he's rattling his chest out of his body. It is crazy punchy.
So close I can taste it. See what's mine and take it.
The cool higher part in full head voice from Tommy again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bobby going into his fourth octave. It's also pretty clean considering he's a low bass. Oh yeah, this part is so cool. Hello. Tommy does another growl down here. Let's see where he starts for that note.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like right around the same spot that he did in the first growl at the beginning of the song. Also, let's talk about this cool little effect that Tommy did leading into this section.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool. And then all the theatrical part of this is ridiculous. This part is awesome. So, also, did you notice the smoke coming out of Tommy's nose up there? That's a really cool effect.
Kings are ruling castles. Welcome to my world of fun.
And everyone, or all of them, are in unison on this part. And this song is obviously multi-tracked since the bass gang has not been up in person yet. So if they're not performing live, then there's no sense in not taking advantage of multiple tracks. So, but they're all in unison. So whenever I say unison, that means they're all on the same note, but they're all singing them either on the same exact note or the same note within their own respective octaves. So you could have an E flat, ha, then that's an E flat 3. You can E flat 4, ha, and then you have an E flat 2. Whoa, that was a little sharp, but that's the exact same note. They're all singing that part. They're all singing this particular part in unison.
Liars settle into sock.
And then Tommy did another growl there, and there's some crazy, crazy cool panned sound effects created here. I gotta listen to this.
Welcome to my world of fun. Liars settle into sockets. Flip the switch and watch them run.
So that's panned in each ear, and I keep hitting the mic. That's panned in each ear, so you would notice that, but barely. It's almost like they're keyboard strikes, but being that this is an acapella piece or an acapella cover, that's not an actual key. So those are I believe those are on do vowels. So those notes are sung in do vowels, and they're panned in each ear as they're being sung. And they come at you ridiculously fast too. So to be that accurate and be that quick with the notes, talented, man.
Liars settle into sockets. Flip the switch and watch them run.
E flat 1 from someone in the back there. Chest head voice mix from Peter here. These cool harmonies. I'd love to stop and evaluate them, but I don't have time to. That's a really cool beatbox breakdown there.
Take it back, the crowd. I'm all dressed up and naked.
It's basically the same feel as the beginning again.
Oh yeah, the crowd. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah. Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers.
And there goes Tommy with yet another low growl slide from like a G-ish to down past an E1, which is hilariously cool. There's Bobby's E flat 1 sub again. Marwan does his thing, like the same thing he did at the very beginning. Then Bobby does his E flat 1 here in subharmonics. Ridiculous. Marwan does it yet again, and then he goes to his E flat 1 subharmonic yet again, and Peter closes that with a really cool low chest into chest fry evil F, and it's, dude, this is just that's pretty much all I have time for, but this is ridiculous how complicated this arrangement is and how talented these guys are. There could, as far as I know, there's like no one else who would be more appropriate for taking on such a complicated arrangement other than the bass gang. Like, crazy. So it's okay, so there's nothing else. This is just nuts, man. And this is what looks to be the biggest song that, or the biggest cover that the bass gang has so far, and rightfully so. It's ridiculously cool and awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's reaction and analysis. That was hilariously fun to do over again, and every time I listen to this, I want to listen to it over again. But anyway, I'm about to run out of time, so we're going to bring this reaction to a close. If you like the channel and you like the content, I'm bringing you musical knowledge and bringing you enjoyment. I would appreciate it if you would throw me a like, drop a comment, and if you want to take your contribution to the channel another step up, I'd encourage you to check out my Patreon. And you can support me as little as $3 a month if you so choose to, but that is not a requirement. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Drew on the Vocast. Take care. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.